Hello, everyone. Higher Ways Woman. Today is December 13th, 2021, and I am talking about the spiritual laws of free will. How do they get us? How do they get you? And this is the second one that I'm having to do because I was very close at getting things finished up when all of a sudden I got hit. And that was it of that video. So, okay. For those who don't know me, right quick, maybe you've seen me for the first time, I am a death experiencer. October 1992, while battling a fatal diagnosis, I was in the hospital when I died, and the medical team worked on this body for 14 minutes while I was in a meeting with the Heavenly Beloveds. And so, since this time, it's been very interesting. I am a master in the abilities and I teach a lot. I know a lot about the gang stalking, the targeting, the technologies, all these things. And there's a conversation that was going on there. There was something that happened just a bit ago that sparked that I need to make this video. And it is about that I was making myself something to eat and I got hit with this energy and it was a memory. And it was like I could feel as if suddenly I was right there. It was happening. And all that emotional and mental energy that was involved in that event that they brought back to me. And I stopped and I said, well, that's an interesting choice of one. And you thought that you're really going to get me to play that out. Because they like doing that, getting you in it, and you got to get that energy out of you. And so if you're aware that you can, and sometimes you're not where you could be private and you got to do it right then to get it out. Whatever. Say, do whatever, get it out. That's what they do. That's how they make you look crazy. When you're really not. You're really not crazy. You got a spirit. That's a spiritual attack. That's a spirit that comes on you that they do. And so this person, I said, you think you really achieve something with that? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we all know about that. There are those, yeah, that are set there to do these things to us. Like in the Matrix said, a sentinel for every man, woman, and child. Yeah. I said, would you know, actually, you really don't have any value. What value is that? The world isn't going to sit there and applaud you that that you do this to people, that there is no good in that. So that also means that those who are over you know that you are not capable of anything better. And therefore, you will not have anything better in your life. This is where you will always be. And really, you're not free. We are more free than you are. And let's talk about how that has trapped you into this, led you to because I'm getting this where that I'm in with them and da 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 da, and they'll do that. I get this, I get the best drugs, I get the best this and that. And I said, well, not really. Because I tell you, evil knows spiritual laws. That's all it has to operate in. It knows how. It knows spiritual laws are very real. Oh, yes, indeed they are. And spiritual laws are above man's laws. Yes, they are. That is true. So how is it that they sit there and get people to give up their free will? Well, they know what they made you hungry for. So they know what to dangle in front of you. They'll sit there and have these rappers and stuff, that they got the bling going on. I got the chains and all the look at the rings, and I got the grill work, and I got the clothes, and look at the wad of money, and look at my Benny, and look at my crib, look what I got, and we're doing this, doing that, and then when the camera shut off, okay, take the jewelry off, back to the jewelry stores, and here's your, here, put your sweats back on. Here's your bus fare back home, and return the cars and get out of this person's house and stuff and go on. So they sit there and lead you to believe, like what Scott Travis did, in Astroworld. Astroworld was at Woodstock. That left back in the 70s when heavy metal came on, and they did a ritual burning of disco music in stadiums. Yeah, we knew. Kiss came in, Kids in Satan's Service. Oh, yeah, yeah. And it was right then at the very next concert, when they killed disco and metal came in, that kids were trampled, stomped, and trampled to death. And then in the next concert, metal concert, oh, yeah, girls and women were being raped. Nobody stopped that. And then the next concert, I mean, it was going like this. Another trampled. Many of them, 70-some odd kids, stomped to death, stomped and trampled on to death. Yeah, we knew this back then. Kiss has I Love It Loud. The actors and actresses come through this door, and their eyelids have the painted eyeball on it, just like what you see in Scott Travis stuff. All of it just like it. We knew this back then. See, what they do is free will. Evil cannot sit there and make you do something to gain control over you. You have to give them your free will. It's like a vampire standing at the door. That vampire cannot cross that threshold. You have to invite it in. Once you do that, once you say, "Yeah, come on through. I give you permission to come through the threshold." Once you do that, that vampire can sit there, come in and out as much and whenever it wants to. When you sit there and they go, "Hey, you want to be in on this? You want this? You want to be a part of this and that." And free will. You want to sign this? You want to sign this? Because there are things you're going to, you want this, you can have it. But they're not going to tell you everything about it. They're going to only tell you what they want you to know. And once you sit there and you sign over your free will, which is your soul, then it's, I got you. I got you. Now you have to do everything that I say. And it can't come back on me, because there's this law, and it goes like this, the spiritual law. It says, it is better for you to sin and then know me than for you to know me and then sin. Now, if we don't want to have any religious implication in on this, let's put it this way. It is better for you not to know the difference between wrong and right, and then for you to do wrong and then know that you did wrong and you righted yourself, than to know the difference between right and wrong and then do wrong. Because after that you know the difference between right and wrong, and you committed those wrongs, there's a whole bunch of spiritual laws that come in on top of that. And it goes like this. The biggest one goes like this. When someone has wounded you, taken, stolen, whatever, then you have a right to request to have whatever done to them that you believe will heal that woundedness, to restore what they have done, what they have taken, and then it is to be added on to it. So it's like, well, you're going to have this many days in jail and you got to pay the fine of this much. And you can literally be continued for however long you see fit. And if it's bad enough, if it equals to it, you can even lay claims to their soul. Oh, yes, you can. Because here's the law that comes in. Here's the spiritual law that comes in and backs that. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a limb for a limb, a life for a life. You make an attempt on my life, I own your life. I own your soul. And I can literally lay claims to your soul because you gave it to me, because that's free will. You made a choice. You knew right from wrong, and you did it anyway. And so I can sit there and say that for however many lifetimes I want to, you are going to labor for me, and you will keep me in luxury whatever I want. You will labor to do it, to get it, for me to have it. If I want you to wipe my backside or to turn on the air conditioner or get me an AC or get me a mansion or whatever, you're going to have to do it. You bet you are. That's what they don't want you to know. Because if you really understood it, you wouldn't do it. It's a saying that I have. I know you do not know what you're messing with. How is it that I know that you don't know what you're messing with? If you knew what you were messing with, you wouldn't be messing with it in the first place. And that's my saying that I came up with, that after my death experience and I learned how to use my abilities, I learned about my soul, what I had. And let me tell you, it takes work. I don't like using the term gifts, because that means that something's given to you and you got it all for free and that's it, and you go have fun, do whatever. No, no, it's not free. And believe me, I worked to have the knowledge and the understanding, and I was put through it. And I have had evil absolutely try to take me out many times, and my loved ones, and actually my pets. They have been able to kill my pets. But I used to be, my body looked very, very attractive. So the battles have been very powerful. But believe me, I have done my share of damaging them and backing them off of me, because I know the spiritual laws. And that makes me very powerful. And I am not. I do not have the personality, an addictive type of personality. I've never had that. I've never done street drugs. Stayed away from it. I saw what it did. Nobody had to tell me anything further. Alcohol too. Well, I'm allergic to alcohol. My mother and my sister are also allergic to alcohol. So if I ever get like a public intoxication charge while I'm driving my truck, something isn't right. So, free will, that's how they get you. And once you have given it to them, because now that even though that you know right from wrong, they own you. And they tell you, you have to do this. There's no way. You can't bring it back on them. Because still, even at that point, even though that you have given them your free will, you still have the right to not do it, not go through with it. You still can do it. And if you want to, don't whine to us about, well, they'll kill me. They'll kill me if I do that. Well, they're going to kill you anyway. They're killing us anyway. I'd rather die on the right side They die on their own. Because this stuff, they sit there and I go, oh, it ain't like what they say it is, when you die. No, no. Oh, no, no. Hey, let me help you out. It's better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, no, no. That's a virus thought. That's a Luciferian virus of thinking. That's a reprobate mind. Remember, that's what it said of our times, that these people who are like this, that they will be given over to a reprobate mind. That's why that they sit there and they come up with this COVID, which a lot of it has to do with electronics and reversing the polarity of water, because our rivers and ponds and lakes and ocean used to be magnetized, and it would pull the dust and the dirt out of the air, and because the water needs it and we don't. We need to be able to breathe air without all these particles. And so they've also been putting these live organisms into the atmosphere, chemtrailing, and we breathe these in, and then you have a frequency, cell towers, Wi-Fi, satellites, all that kind of stuff. Frequency hits it, and it's in you. It can solidify your lungs. It can harden your arteries. It can cause a cardiac arrest. They can do pretty much anything. They can sit there and go, yeah, this is a virus that escaped out of Wuhan, China. Chinese always get blamed, don't they? Asians seems like they get blamed for. Oh, they're just the cruel people. Well, why is it that I think it was Sweden or Switzerland? I can't remember. It's been several years ago that these healthcare professionals, researchers, had made an incredible advancement in treatment of cancer. And they were very excited to come to the United States and share their knowledge or discovery findings. And they were sent packing out of here. And they were just very shocked. They had no idea that it was as bad as it is here in the United States. There you go. There's that illusion. They're showing, here you go, the fancy chains, all the jewelries and the grills and the beads and the clothes and the Bentley and the lorries and all this stuff. Yeah, it's the United States is a free country. Yeah, everybody wants in, till they start dealing with our government and they find out that the United States is like an asylum. People have a hard time believing that it's as bad as it is here in the United States. It's kind of what happens when you have the people turning to the government and going, we need jobs. You need to make jobs for us. Okay, we'll create jobs for you. Here's what we're going to do. Then all of a sudden, they start taking all the industries out of here. We don't have any industry. Other countries have our industries. They have our steel mills. They have our manufacturing of vehicles and all that stuff. Yeah, they don't want us free, the land of the free, home of the braves. No, land of the enslaved, home of the demons, very demonic people. We're going to force you to take our medicines, our chemicals. You will let us put our chemicals in your body. We will create the situation that will get you to relinquish your free will unto our will. No, no, no. I would rather die first. I would rather die first. And if you're not the type of person that is with me on that, because I know my soul is immortal. My soul lives on forever. I know that. I've already been up there and back. I already was up there and came in here, spent 38, no, see, I was, yeah, 38 years old. No, 28. 28. Second when I died and went up there and come back. So yes, I will take that way out. And I want to be surrounded by people who are this intelligent. And I don't want to hear the whining of, well, I was tricked into it. Well, there came to a point. But you know what? You know the difference between right and wrong. Autistic kids know the difference between right and wrong. Down syndrome kids know the difference between right and wrong. Let's just get it down to this. Children know the difference between right and wrong. You're an adult, even a young adult, and you reach the age of accountability is defined by spiritual laws when you know the difference between right and wrong, when you know it. Now I know all the arguments on this about people being trapped and forced. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I understand that. And there is, yes, there is spiritual laws that cover them. For example, that there is a spiritual law that states that a person who causes a person to lose their faith, someone does that to you, then upon them it would be better if they had never been born. How about that? How about that? And that means that a person who sits there and does that to somebody forces them to do things that they would not do, then they are forgiven. There is mercy for them. There's mercy for them. Okay? So I'm not, well, put that aside because we're talking about adult things here. Yeah. A child knows the difference between right and wrong. And if you, especially when you're 18 years of age above, what excuse do you have? My father had a saying, you're an adult and you know better to act like that. You're an adult and you know better to do things like that. My father did not ever once had to say it to me. I heard him say it to others, but he never had to say it to me. Nope. Nobody had to say that to me. But I've had to say it to others. And that works, because I want to tell you, it'll make an adult do this. Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Yes, I do. All right. All right. It's okay, folks. That teaching, what I've just shared with you, you can use to fight against them when they want to trespass into your mind. You sit there. I love what Mike Warnke. He's a Christian comedian. I absolutely love this man. He is absolutely awesome. Just an awesome man. And Carmen, we've lost Carmen recently. He was another great man, great Christian man. true spiritual man. And one of his songs, he has this line in there where that the way that the devil will work on you, try to get at you to defeat you, is that the devil will remind you of your past. And Carmen says, well, we'll just remind the devil of his future. There you go. All right, I'm going to be out of here. So I'm going to go get me something to eat. I hope that this has lifted you up. I hope it's empowered you, because I tell you, you have so much power. You have so much more authority over evil. And you need to really get in and learn about this. And I've got videos that I talk about so much of these things, because it's your soul. This is spiritual warfare. This is what it's like. This is it. It's a shame we don't have uniforms and stuff that you can know that person is a spiritual warrior and what level they're at. You know, we got stars, we got medals, we got all this, you know, and shame that we don't. Shame that we don't have, you know, like a Wounded Warriors program where we can get people that are been badly wounded in this spiritual warfare and had things taken from them, and they need our care and our love and our support, our help and stuff. It's a shame we don't have that. I would love to create an organization that does that. The thing of it is that there's too many people who are putting money into people that go around to these hauntings, paranormal investigations, and they're sitting there watching it, don't realize that that's a portal. They could sit there while they're doing an Ouija board, or you're watching them do an Ouija board, spirit board. You're right there in the ritual with them. They got you, and in comes a spirit. In comes a spirit. They got you. You can stay away from a Ouija board, but they'll get it on video, and you'll be part of it. Yeah, wise up about that. Wise up about it. And it's the information I've got in my videos. It's free. It's free. If you'd like to help me out, get with me. Get with me. I could use the help. I could use the help, because right now they're doing a pretty good job of getting me closer to where they're taking me out, because I've been battling for a long time, because I am such an enormous threat. I'm a very real threat to these people, to this evil. You bet I am. And when I'm out of this body, they're going to find out just even more of a threat I am. They should have paid attention. I try to tell them I wouldn't do that if I was you. I can do whatever I want to. Well, that might be true. You might not want to do that with me. You're just a woman. That's what the others said. You see them on their backsides? You see them tore up? Yeah, they thought that too. Even when I was a little girl, it was amazing that I'd have these boys so much older and bigger than me want to take me on. They start after me, get verbal and really aggressive, and I tell them, don't do that. Better stop that. I mean it. Last time they push it, and yeah, I never lost a physical fight. I always threw them or picked them up, held them up against whatever, or sat there while they're running their mouth, got them down. It's okay. We're going to talk about this. Are we done with this? Are we done with this? I mean, no. Are we really done with this? Because I'm not going to let go until I know that you mean it. Are we done with this foolishness? Okay. Merry Christmas to y'all. Y'all take care. You and if you like to talk with me, you can get a hold of me on Facebook.com/higherwayswoman. Send me a PM, and I'll if I can, I'll do whatever I can to help you. And if there is something that you can do, let's do some trading off. Let's see what we can bring together, because I tell you, there's a movement right now that is going on that is women are coming together with, and I like this. It's being presented to me, and I like what I'm seeing and hearing. And this is something that needs to happen. And the brothers, you all better get behind us on this, or you ain't going to have us. And I mean that, because one thing that you guys don't know a lot about, that those up the higher echelon, they know they are really going to try to take women out. And not just in the human species, it's all the way through. It's said that what they have, what they are conspiring, what they've been working, and this is centuries now, they go back to ancient Egypt time. They go way back there. So they've been working on this a long time. And it's come out. There are people who come out and said, if you knew what they have planned, it would be hard for you to handle it. And they mean it. And even Revelations talk about it. It's terrifying. It's no more any of conspiracy theories, because all of this stuff is being proven that there is no such thing as a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy happening. And if you don't pay attention and you don't get involved and be a part of the solution, stop being a part of the problem, then nobody has any time for you. And why should anybody have any time for you? You know, get on the right side. Get on the right side. It's a lot better fighting on from this side than it is from the other ones, because I am going to be up there and I ain't going to be serving. And I will continue to rule. And there are people who enjoyed that I rule, because I have always been, I've always taken care of people, because I know you do right by the people, they'll do right by you. You got a business, those people, you do the people, you do your employees, your crew right, they'll take care of your business for you. They'll take care of it. And they'll keep the riffraff, the thieves out. They'll do it. And so you see, when you're among this mindedness, everybody rules. Everybody does. There's no servants, because we all enjoy what we do. Because look what we can build. Look what we can make. Look how happy. And look at the children and our animals. Look how happy. You watch them sleep. They're beautiful. That peaceful, restful, secure sleep, breathing. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yes, it is. Merry Christmas and good night to y'all.